Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So we have started with the tutorial on concept of standard lights. So one more light I'll be showing you today. Now over here is like, let's go into the standard lights, and we have a direct light, or we can say a free direct and a target direct. So what is the use of a target light? We can say a direct light. So direct light can also be used as a sunlight also. So you can utilize it anyway. So this is your direct light. So direct light is also known as a parallel light. So if you look at the light emitting from this particular emitter, you see that it is emitting parallelly till the target. But in spotlight you will see that the light which is emitting is from a point and it is spreading towards the target. So that's the difference between a target light, a direct light and a spotlight. So that's a target directional light, we call it as a directional light. So let's first activate this shadow, go into the intensity. So we increase the intensity. As you see over here, I have some parameters of hotspot. As usual, as you see over here, you had it over here in spotlight, the same parameters over here. So let's set it to high quality. You will see that you can also use this light for a sun. You can do that. Select this. After that, you have again your near and far attenuation. You can utilize this near and far attenuation with the help of this light. That's your directional light. The only difference between target and free is like, in free directional you don't get this target, you off the target. That's your free light. It will become a free directional light. Once you activate it, it will become a target light. Same with the spotlight also. Target spot and free spot. After that, select this light again over here. Let's go down. Hotspot beam, you want in a circle, you want a rectangle, you can change that. The same parameters we are utilizing over here, your contrast, your soften edge, whatever you want to use, you can use that. And as usual, we'll be utilizing over here your projector map. So I can on this and I can take a map if required. So you can just take a bitmap over here. So now if you just render it, you will see that you will see a bitmap in the light. That's the use of your projector map. Alright. So if you want to change the background, you can go into rendering, you can go into the environment, you can go over here and let's give some color over here. You can change the environment color. After that, select this light. I'll just remove this projector map, go down, shadow parameters. If you want a lighter shadow, you can assign a bit of a lighter shadow with the help of this dense option. You can use this dense over here. If you reduce it, the shadow will be light. But although we have used a ray trace shadow, if we are using a glass material, that's totally okay. You can increase this quality of this ray bias. Atmosphere, you can add a volume light if required. Let's add a volume light. Into the volume light parameters, let's go down. First is your density. If you want to give a fog color a bit yellow, give the density. Maximum light, you can increase that. Go down. I can give some noise and I can increase a bit of amount and I'll link it to the light. So I'll link that light, I link it to the light, the noise, fractal, how type of noise you want. Let's see how it looks like. So let's go into rendering, render setup, and let's render and see. So you can see a bit of noise over here. So we have used a glass material. That's the reason it's going to take a longer time. No issues, I'll just give some other color to it. So it will not take that much of time. So let's render it again. So now it's going to render a bit faster. Alright. After that, select the light. Select this light. So I'll give a shadow map. Go down into that volume light setup. I'll increase this density. So now if you'd increase its density over here, and now if you render it, you will see the increased in intensity of the volume light. You can see there is a volume coming over here. Again go over here, select this, go into this setup, and you have another option over here. You can set it to turbulence. If you set it to turbulence, and let's render and see, there are some variations in the noise. That's your turbulence. You can set that also. Also, I'll select this light with it omni light. I'll increase a bit of its intensity if required, and let's render it again. So there are some basic render settings which you can go over here. So go into rendering, render setup. You can go into this common render elements. So totally okay. Alright. So I'll show you the light tracer part when you'll be utilizing a skylight. So that's how your directional light will work. So now what I'll be doing over here is like, I'll be going through one more light, that's your skylight. So let's just assign a skylight over here. Let's take a skylight. Go into this, use scene environment or sky color. Let's give any kind of a sky color. So I'll assign a bit of a sky color. You see that once you assign this, the tint of this particular scene is getting changed, works as a sky color. After that, what I can do over here is like, so let's go into this. So we don't have any kind of stuff over here. I can add a map. So for example, if I want to add over here, I can just add a map over here with it. So now I have added a map over here. Let's go into rendering, render setup, go into the advanced lighting. I'll set it as a light tracer. So we'll be adding a light tracer over here. Into that, we can work with the global multiplier. If you want to increase the skylight, you can increase that. Let's increase the ray samples to 280, and your light bounce, your shadow, the bounce, light bounce, sorry. Now let's render and see how it looks like after adding a skylight. So once you are adding a skylight, it might take a bit of time to render. So there are few things which needs to take care. I'll definitely show you that. So it's rendering, it's taking time. We'll see how it looks like. So you'll get a softer bounce. Let's go into rendering, render setup. You can go into this common ray tracer, render elements. Okay, so you can increase the samples also if required. You can increase this ray samples. Skylight you can increase. Okay, and also you have this quality initial sampling over here. So you can check that. But increasing that might take a bit of longer time to render. Okay. Alright. So you can click over here, use scene environment also. That can also be used. Filter size. Alright. So it's going to take a longer time to render. So as you can see, we are getting some soft shadows over here. So I have used the skylight over here. So the render is not completed. So we have gone through Skylight. Into that we have seen some light tracer options also. So one light which is just left out, will be covering that in the coming session. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So thanks for watching this tutorial.